March 7th, 7 p.m., 2021. BrotherRA.com, YouTube. If you ever get to see any of this type of programming, let me share the thought I had 20 minutes ago. 6:40. How do you make a decision? 59 years of gathering information. I'm learning to base my decisions on my story and not his story. So if I were to become a parent, I would share that my children, they are descendants of divine energies that reside within them. We as humans are children of the sun, the S-U-N, that resides in the sky, and this planet, Earth, revolves around that sun, and we are children of that sun. We are biological living light. Now, Reverend Richard Wilton Arthur Jr., the grandson of Alveda Strobel Fuller Patterson, the son of Christine Ellen Arthur, an only child by Alveda, and my father, since I am the junior, Richard W. Arthur, the sixth of seven. And wait a minute, dealing with my story, 6 is that full sphere at the bottom of the stem as it's drawn on a flat piece of paper, but in actuality, it's a full sphere at the bottom. So that 7 o'clock on March 7th, 7 is that right angle at the top of the stem, a right angle. So you evolve understanding that even children of the sun, we may die in this physical body, but that does not mean we don't continue to exist. Now, if that's not shared with a child at a very young age, they could never conceive of themselves as divinity. And as this melanin-dominant biological living light black man looking for the mother of my children, my story, understanding, wait a minute, the past 400 years I've been living under his story. And then I'm doing my reading and research and understanding the Kemetan people, or those that resided in Africa, those that built Giza, And those that built Chichen Itza in Mexico, the step pyramid. Knowing that Washington, D.C., the Masons, stolen African art, built this nation's capital on a square so that the points of the square would be north, south, east, and west. At the top of the Chichen Itza is the square. The square unfolds to a crucifix. The crucifix folds up into a cube that's at the top of the step pyramid. We have to go step by step, understanding ourself as a divine energy, and we don't need to be. So who is the guest in Brother R.A.'s show today? You see the gentleman over my shoulder, the two circles, the eyes, the mouth. I'm sitting under the horse of the night, and oh, yes, I'm sitting beside the grandfather clock. And then there's the couple here. But with the grandfather clock, how am I to understand, as melanin man, biological living light, accessing the moisture in my first eye? Understanding longitude, latitude, and depth of sea level. And wait a minute, why was time moved from Giza to England? And I'm living in this environment that requires, oh, don't touch your face. So says the people who experimented. What? We have Acres of Skin is a book. Our melanin recessive inbred mutant albino children experimented on melanin people and didn't totally understand, and now they're quote unquote using psychobabble, propaganda, control of the public mind. When you control the media, you control how people think, and that influences their parenting. If I, as a black man, didn't do my homework, and what good is learning to be light as a feather and living in my life, in my stillness, and go above and beyond somebody else's regurgitated vomit propaganda and believe, oh no, there's an aerosol virus, I better put this on. So says the CDC, who experimented on niggas for 40 years. And then gives, oh, the syphilis experiment. 40 years. And then in 99, they give an apology. And now the same people, the CDC, is talking about wear a face mask. I am a divine energy. And as a child of the sun, I have to put this kind of information in somebody else's ear, or at least record myself and know that hopefully someday in time in our story, 10 minutes into the segment on March, the 3, man, woman, and child, breast or butt, a vertical 3, March 7th, I am learning to be the right angle, and the right angle moves on to be what? 8. 8 is the symbol for DNA. And do I have the biological DNA? Look at your emojis. It looks like an 8. But are all aspects of your DNA connected? Or are you being limited in your thought process by the propaganda and the control of the public mind? I'm exasperated, but as Father Nature, 11 minutes into the segment, 11:30 into the 11, inside and outside of who I am as a divine energy, that one is drawn that particular way, understanding the yin and yang of the energies I have and balancing them with the liquid moisture in my first eye. That's why the pyramid comes to the top, or even Chichen Itza. That's a different way. What? That's a full sphere inside of a cube. Are you accessing the full sphere of your head in your consciousness? The grandfather clock. How much time do you spend with yourself? For yourself, to yourself. Making love to yourself. That's another segment I'm going to go into. But do you believe in your own touch? Oh no, don't touch your face! The CDC says! But as a human being of hue, and white folks are my children because I inbred, but as Father Nature, my touch, massaging my scalp, massaging the liquid moisture and issuing chi or internal energies and having the DNA figure itself out and reach a higher level of spirituality. What is that? Walk by faith, not by sight. For faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. First eye vision. 13 minutes into the segment. You being that one, that 3, understanding I am that sun, and not with that 3, it's a trinity. So a side of a pyramid coming up. Understanding your lower halves and both of them coming to that one point, and you being able to see with your first eye vision as a divine energy. That's who I am as Melanin Man, biological living light in 2021 during Corona, corrupt virus number 19. How many viruses have they worked on? What kind of control of the mass population, mind control, is going on? Are you being manipulated, used, and abused, and being a battery for this particular economy? Or are you going to tap into your divinity? This is all I had to say. I've been your host, Brother R.A. Thank you. Peace, love, and soul.